Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. So in this video we are going to discuss about complete array concepts. In this video mainly we are going to focus on the concept part, but in later videos we'll be discussing about the questions also. So without wasting any time, let's start with today's topic. Let me check my voice if it's working fine, I think. So yeah, let's start with the array. Now, uh, let's see the introductory part, that what is the definition of an array. An array is a collection of elements of the same data type stored in contiguous memory locations. So same data type means, let's say if a variable is of integer type, then in a array you can consider array as like a bucket. Okay, like a bucket where you are storing. The bucket is transparent. It is made up of glass, and you can store different type of things there one by one. Okay, let's say bookshelf. You can consider bookshelf also as an array. So in bookshelf you can like there is number different numbers in some bookshelves. There is different numbers. In case of array, these numbers are called indexes. We'll be discussing about it. But for now, in a book shelf, same data type means books are only stored. In a book shelf, you cannot store any other thing. Let's say it can be your bag or it can be other things. You only keep books, so that is the thing. So array is a collection of elements of same data type stored in a contiguous memory locations. Contiguous means actually continuous. Okay, contiguous means continuous. Let's say if a memory location is 100, then the next element will be uh, like if it is the part of that array, then next element will be in 104 or 102. Let's say if the size of the element which we are storing is 2 bytes, then the next element will be in 102, and another next element will be in the position 104. Likewise it will be increased to 106, 108. So in those memory locations we can access different type of or different elements of an array. Okay, so that is the thing. If I show you an visual representation, so array visualization. So let's see. Okay, I think yeah, it will be fine. So actually there is different type of array, but for now let's focus on this one, 1D array. Okay, you can see these are block of memories and different elements. In this case, numbers actually are stored in different memory locations. Okay, and starting from here to here, this is index. So this is zeroth index. The second storage where 2 is stored. This is first index, means index equals to 1. This is where the 9 is stored. Index is 3, sorry, 0 1 2. Okay, because 0 index start from 0, so 0 1 2, and then 3. In third index 10 is stored, so like that we can say. Okay, so let's go to our notes. Why use array? To stop multiple values under one variable name. To store multiple values under one variable name. Okay, easy to manage loops for accessing data. Okay, so how why it is written over here is that, let's say if we are writing a variable. Let's say it is, let me write it here, it will be better then. Let's say we're writing like int a equals to 6. Okay, so in this type of case we can only store a single variable in the array. But if we are defining an array, so we have to write it like that, array. Okay, It can be any name. Yeah, I can give it as numbers, let's say numbers, or let's say cards, so this type of things. And here inside this third bracket you have to give the size of an array. Size means the number of elements you are going to store in that array. Then inside this type of bracket you have to write those elements, let's say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's say it can 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is the thing. In that way you can like basic in basics, this is actually the basic thing, like the basics of array. In that way you can store elements inside an array, or the elements are stored inside an array in that way. Now let's see the syntax. At first you have to write the data type. Data type means which type of value you are going to store inside that array. So in our example we are storing integer type of data, so that's why I have written int. Okay, after that you have to write array name. Okay, so in our example we have written array name as numbers. You can give anything to it according to the use cases. Then inside this third bracket you have to write the size of an array. Okay, so in our case we have given the maximum size of of this array, so specifically as 6. Okay, so in that way you are going to, or you have to uh, declare the array. This is the syntax. Okay, now is that part necessary, this initialization part? No, this is not necessary. You can do it later also, but this part, okay, starting from here to here, this is necessary. You must do it. You cannot skip giving that size here. Okay, so that is a must part, but later you can assign the elements according to it. Okay, now so that was it. And here another point is discussed, that easy to manage loops for accessing data. We'll be doing that, but for now let's discuss about different type of arrays. So first one is one dimensional array or 1D array. How we have to declare, we have to write like that, int then array then size of the array, means how many elements we are going to store. After that initialization means whenever we are uh, initializing, we are storing some values inside that array, then it is called initialization. Okay, so we have stored some elements, some integer type of elements here, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now how we can access those elements from an array? Using indexes. Okay, or indices we can access those elements. 2, so 2 means what it is representing? Array of 2. Array of 2 we are accessing and printing, means 2 means it is pointing to the second like third index, because like this is the index number is 2, but it is indicating the third position. This is the first position. If we put here 0 instead of 2, then the output will be 10. If we put here 1 instead of 2, then it will go from, this is 0th index, this is 1 index, means first index. So if we put 1 here inside this second bracket, then it will print 20. If we put 2 here, so as you can see it is printing 30. If we put 3 here, then it will access this element, because 0, 1, 2 and 3. So index number 3 is here and the corresponding element is 40. So using this line we can access any element of an array. Now how we can print all the element of that array? Okay, so in that case we are going to use, or we can use array, sorry, for loops. Okay, so for now we are using for loop. We are traversing through each element and printing them. What does it mean? We're traversing through each element. Here I am maintaining a loop, a variable. Inside this loop I am maintaining a variable called I, and I is starting from 0 and it's going up to 4. Okay, Why 4? Because whenever I is less than 5, like whenever I is equals to 5 or greater than 5, it will terminate. It will be terminated. Means it will go up to 4 only, not more than that. Why? Because if you check here, what is the maximum number of index here? This is 0th index, this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. So that's why how much at max it can go, like the index number go, it can go at max to 4 index. So always what you can conclude from here, that index always less than the number of elements present in the array. So as you can see, the number of elements is 5 here, but the total, like maximum number of index here is just one less than 5, means 4. 4 is the maximum number of index. So we can access the maximum element we can access in the array is array of 4. Okay, or array of 4. So that is the thing. Keep it in your mind. So okay, and write it down in your notebook as well. Now I equals to 0, and we are accessing each, like in first case it is 0, it's coming here, it's printing, because see the type of array is int, so that's why we are using format specifier as percentage %d. Why? Because the elements which are stored inside the array is integer type, so we are going to print each element, and each element is of integer type, so that's why we are using percentage %d to print that element. Okay, we are accessing array of 0 in the first turn. In the second turn I will be increased to 1. 1 will come here, it will check 1 is less than 5 or not. Yes, now it will go here also, like here, further it will go here, and it will print element in the first index, means in one index. Then 1 will be increased to 2, so in that way all the elements will be printed. Okay, now you can try it out in your code also. Now points to remember. Okay, index always start from 0, you have to remember it. Accessing out of bound elements may cause undefined behavior. What does it mean? That the maximum index here can be, in this example, can be 4. Now if we try to access uh, the element in the fifth index, means let's say we changed it to less than or equals to, means in the next turn, the last most turn will be I equals to 5, and I equals to 5 will come inside that array. But in that example, is there any element in the fifth index? No. And also, is there any, like, is this size matches with the actual size? No, because the maximum index uh, can be just one lesser than the size. Here the size itself is 5, so 5 cannot be the maximum index. Maximum index is lesser, like one lesser than the size, means 4. 4 can be the maximum. So that's why it will create an error. So that is the thing. Before proceeding with the two-dimensional array, let's code it down in the online code editor. It will be better to understand then. So we are going to check for different cases. We are going to check for specially one case, which is like I will show you some things here, that at first we can write array like that. Okay, let's say we have defined an array here, and here we have to hard code the size, right? And here we can directly give some elements, let's say 5, 6, 7, 3, and let's say I have not given other elements, because you can see the size is 8, but we have just given 1, 2, 3, 4 elements only, so other 4 places are empty. So what do you think, which number is there in the other places of, or other addresses or other indexes of that array? Let's check it out with the print statement, printf statement. Okay, so we are going to print the element in the fourth index. Why? Because this is 0th index, this is 1 index, 2, 3, and the next will be fourth index, and we can also access the fourth index because it is less than the size, definitely. So let's access in it and let's check it what is stored as default there. So let's access the fourth index and let's see what is there. So let's run it. 0, it's showing 0. Let's try to access the next one, means fifth index. Let's see, again 0. So what we can conclude from here, we can conclude that if we are not filling the places in an array, filling any place in an array or any indexed place in an array, then it will be by default the element which will be there is 0. Okay, now what was written there, that if we exceed the maximum index number, means here the size of the array is 8, so maximum the index number can be 7. But if we exceed it, means let's say we have made it as 8 or 9 or 10, whatever, so what it will give, it will give us, okay, it's giving us some 1, but it should not, let's see, still it's okay, so just leave it. The thing is, it, in some machines it may or it will give error. Okay, so let's not focus on that. Our main purpose was just to show what will be in the empty places in the array. Now another thing which I want to show you, that how to take inputs in an array. Okay, let's say we have just declared the array and we want to take inputs from user. So what we can do, we can simply write a loop. We can start it from 0th index and we can take till which number it will go, the index number less than 8, okay, or less than equals to 7, whatever you like you can give it here. So now let's say less than 8 and I plus plus, we are going to increase the index number in each case, and in each case we are going to instruct the user to enter the elements. So please enter percentage dth element. Okay, what does it mean? Percentage d refers to I in this case. In that way we can like check which indexed element we are storing uh, storing in the array. So that is the thing. Oh sorry, we are using print statement, so this was actually fine. And here we have to take the element, right? So now using scanf we can simply just a second, as we are taking a input of an integer variable, sorry, integer type of data, so we can directly store it inside the address of arrays index. Okay, I is representing the current index, so in that way we are going to like take the values from the user. Now how we can go, we are going to print those things, print those elements. Simply copy it, paste it here. Now instead of taking values from the user, we are directly going to print those values. Okay, so we can simply write percentage d and then a space, so that it looks fine whenever it will be printed, and then we are going to pass each index and retrieve values from those indexes. Okay, now let's see. So please enter 0th element, means the first index is 0, let's say 7, then it will instruct us to uh, enter the next indexes element. So let's say I am entering different indexes element. Let's store, it will go up to 7 I think. Yeah, now you can see, as you can see here, it just finished in the 7th index, but in total the element is 8 element. Why? Because it is not starting from 1, it's starting from 0 and going up to 7. So that is the thing, and it is printing here. Okay, now here is a homework for you, that you have to print this in the reverse order. Just think about it and comment the solution in the comment section. I will be checking it and giving it a heart definitely if solve it. Okay, now that was the basic things which you need to know as the base. Using this thing you can do so many things. Okay, now if I show you a magic array, the name of the array itself holds an address of the initial, uh, you can say initial element. Okay, or the initial address, the array itself stored it. So in that program, if I want to print just the array, so what will be its type? What do you think? Let's see. If I'm like printing using percentage %d, then array, so what will be the output? Let's see. Error. Okay, let's consider it as it's a address, so we can print it using percentage %p, means pointer. So let's see. No, actually it's not a pointer, so that's why it's not giving us this output. Now what we can do, just a second, I just get the error in our code that this is correct actually, percentage %p. Why I am telling you, I just forgot to give this comma here, so that's why it was not printing. And if you run it here, you can see the address here. Okay, what is the magic here? That the name of the array itself contains the initial address. Okay, and address means it will be a pointer type of variable. Okay, so that's why using percentage %p we can print this address. Address is something related to pointer, so that's why we can use percentage %p directly to print that array name. An array name is holding the initial address, so you can remember it like that. It is equivalent to the pointer. Okay, so that is the thing. uh, okay, that was a crucial information. I think notes are given here, you can check it out. Now there is two-dimensional array. This is very simple, I will just explain it to you. You can do it by yourself also. In your studies, the main thing is understanding the basics very well. If you understand the basics very well, then everything will be explorable as well as easy with time. So yeah, just focus on the basic things, grab it properly and apply it to the tougher things related to this. These are the applications of the basic thing. Okay, anything harder than the thing which you were learning, the basic thing, is the application of that basic thing. So that's why you need to focus on the basic thing so much. Now, two-dimensional array, what does it mean? In one-dimensional array we were writing just this part. Okay, and in two-dimensional simply adding another part. What is the visual representation? You can see here 2D array looking like that. This row is maintained by the first number in the first third bracket, and the column number is maintained by the second number in the second third bracket. What do I mean? I mean that this number representing the number of rows in the matrix, and this number is representing the number of columns. So you can consider two-dimensional array as the matrix. Okay, so here also you can see here how it will look like, array of 2 uh, and 3. Okay, so it will be looking like that. That is the thing. You can see you can initialize a 2D array like that. you can simply access the elements in the using the indexes. How how you are initializing, this is you are considering as the first row, this is you are considering as the second row, and the number of elements you are considering with the number here, and the number of like rows you are considering with the with this number, okay, in the first bracket number. So that is the thing, just remember it like that. Now simply in that way you can store, like you can store elements in 2D array. So how you can store elements in 2D array? At first it will start from 0th row, so 0th row 0th column, then 0th row first column, then 0th row second column, then row number will be sorry then the row, yes, row number will be updated to first row first column, sorry, like 1th row 0th column, 1th row 1th column, and 1th row 2th column. So this is like that, okay, just visualize it, just make a chart and visualize it. If we write numbers here, index number here 0, here 1, okay, so let me just copy it from here, then it will be easier to understand. Okay, so I was talking about this. If you write 0 and 1 here, and also 0 1 and 2 here, so how you can access this element using array of, let's say if the name of array where these elements are stored is array, so you can access it like that, array of 0 comma 0, not comma, directly like 0. How you can access this 5? So you can access it like similarly like the name of the array, then inside this bracket what you have to write, first you have to write the row number means 1, then the column number, okay, column number means 1, 1th column, it is also 1th column. So this is like that, this 6 you can like access using 1 and 2, okay, 1 and 2, 2 will be here. So let's write a program to take elements in a 2D array from a user, then print them out, okay. Now what you have to do, okay, before proceeding I want to show you something that has using this hashtag define, you can define the size previously in the header. So size as, let's say, maximum 100, and now you can use this size variable from here in your program, okay. So here you can use this. Now we are using, we are actually uh, maintaining a 2D array, so you can declare it like the size 100, and in row wise also, like you need not to do it, okay, just keep size here also, just a second, just keep that size here also. Now we are going to take row number and column number from the user, okay, and then according to it we are going to show the input options and output options. Now in this step we are going to take row and column number from user, okay. So what you have to do, just simply maintain two variables, int row and column, let's say you can consider it as I and j. Now we are going to printf and then percentage d, and then we are going to, sorry, percentage, not percentage d, just we are going to instruct the user, please enter row number, then using scanf we are going to store, like row and column number we can do it togetherly. So row and column number, and inside scanf we can take it togetherly like that, this and this. Okay, and where we are taking it, address, first one in the address of row and the second one in the address of column. Okay, so we are taking it like that, and after taking in row and column we are going to take the elements, take elements. So simply what you have to do, you have to maintain two for loops. Okay, one is outer loop, one is inner loop. So outer loop will start from 0. We are considering I, which is maintaining the row number starting from 0. So that's why I equal to 0 and I will be less than the row number itself. Why? Because if the row number is 2, there is 2 rows, so I will go starting from 0 and it will go up to 1, 0 1 like that. Okay, 0 1, there will be 2 indexes if there is 2 rows, so it will be less than row. Means here if it is 2, let's say, so it will go from 0, means 0th row and 1th row. It will not take the 2th row, but the size is 2th row, like 2 rows, so that's why 0 and 1th row. It is all about the indexes. Then I plus plus. Now inside that we can maintain another for loop. Okay, and what it's going to do, int j, which we are considering as the column number. So column will also be starting from 0 and column will be less than column number. Similarly, you can just find it out by doing graphs. Now we are going to take inputs. Okay, so printf enter the element of percentage dth row and pers percentage dth column. Okay, so just a second. Okay, I think I cannot do it like that. Okay, so let's ignore it. Now percentage dth row, so it's representing row number here. Sorry, not row number. Row number is actually currently represented by the I and j of the for loop. So ith row and jth column, so that's why I've written it here. And after that I am going to input in those, just a second, scanf, and here percentage d, percentage d, and here we are going to store it in the address of array of that row and that column, that current row and that current column. Okay, so that is the thing. Here I am going to give slash n now, or we can just do it like that. Okay, similarly we can like print this. Okay, without any change, just there will be small changes. Instead of taking input we can directly print it. Okay, just write printf here, printf percentage d, and it's coming from array of ij, and whenever one like full row ends, like for the first row it will print the elements of all the columns, and after that it will go to the second row. So simply add a slash in here, new line, so it will be visible that it is going to the next column. Okay, now let's go, let's check it out. Okay, please enter column number, row number. Let's say 4 rows will be there and 2 columns will be there. Okay, so 4 and 2. Okay, now enter 0th row and 0th column. Let's enter any element, 0th row and 1th column. It should take only 0 and 1th column because the column number we have given 2 columns only. So after that it will shoot switch to the first row segment. Okay, so let's enter it. Let's see if it's yes, it's working fine. It's a goes to the first row, like 1th row. Actually it is visually the second row, but the index wise it is the 1th row. Okay, so like that we can enter any element. So likewise we'll go to the third one, and after that, just a second. I think there is a problem. Okay, let's ignore it. But yeah, third row, this column. Okay, and this. Okay, so it is just a second. 6 7, we can just give some spaces here, and I think, yeah, I think slash n is like that. So let's rerun it and let's retry. So let's say 2 rows and 2 columns. Now 5 6 7, let's say 9. Let's see. Yeah, now it's looking fine. 5 6 in the first row, 7 8 in the second row. So you can try it out. So in that way you can store values in the 2D array and retrieve the values as well. Now there is this type of things are given, useful for table, grid, matrix, this type of things. After that, character array is given there, character array and strings. Okay, so we'll be starting with it in the next video. I think it will be better to do it in the next video. So yeah, and array initialized memory, this type of topics are there, array traversal and manipulation. I will attach the notes link in the description, just check it out. This all notes will be given here. You can see 17 pages note is given there. Just go, just do this thing. I can guarantee you can score so much well in your examination, in your final examination. Okay, so that is the thing. I will be taking next sessions based on this topics. I will try to complete it, but yeah, uh, understanding the thing is more important than spending less time on completing the things in one shot. Okay, so that is the point. That is my point. Now let's take a overview. There is character array, string. Okay, array traversal, manipulation. Okay, so find maximum. Some questions are actually here, some of all you can just try it out. Okay, try this question out. Now common array based problems are there, some reversal array, reverse an array, searching, binary search will be doing it. Important examination questions and some tips, this type of things are there, differences. Okay, it is very well, it is written in very well manner, so you can definitely check it out. So that was all for today. Thank you for watching this video till the end. And yeah, if you have not watched our functions one shot and recursion one shot video, just go and check it out from the like playlist section. And yeah, that's all for today. If you have liked the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. It will give me motivation definitely. So thank you and goodbye guys.